why no boundaries makes you undesirable. Look, we all want to be desirable, especially when you're single, but this even goes for people in relationships. And we're going to talk about why the ultimate thing that we're looking for, but when we don't lead with this one thing, and I'm going to discuss this more at the end of the video, why this actually hurts us and why we need to lead with this as opposed to what we're currently doing. So listen, if you're a person and you've been struggling with boundaries, or you're like, I don't even know if that's the issue, Erica, or Erica, I realize as I'm watching your videos that this is something that I've been lacking in, then I want to encourage you to check out my Boundaries Bible. A lot of times people just hearing that you need to change your boundaries isn't enough. Sometimes we just need a script to tell us what it is that we need to say so that we can start standing up for ourselves. Whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, or whether you're the person who just kind of gets friend zoned, your niceness gets taken for granted, and you're like, I don't know what to say to make things different for myself. Get that Boundaries Bible, because it's a list of scripts to support you in any of these situations: single, married, friend zone, overly nice, wanting to take the relationship further. You really want to get those scripts, memorize them, and say them in your relationships to start changing the momentum of boundaries in your relationship. So essentially, let's just break it down like this. Like, boundaries is our way of communicating to other people that what I have value. And I have value because, look, these are the things that I need you to do to make me want to enjoy relating and doing relationship with you. And so these are some standards that I have. If we could almost look at boundaries like standards, then I think that would help take the mystification away, demystify what boundaries really are all about. It's like, I have some standards. Here's a challenge, and this is where people get it really messed up, is that we think that by telling the world, like, you need to respect my standards, you need to respect my boundaries. And this is where we all make a huge mistake, because really it starts at home. It starts with ourselves. And we're typically more disrespectful of ourselves than the people outside, the people that you're dating, the person that you're married to or in a relationship with. And I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. I mean, if someone were to really just get inside of our minds and really monitor the self-talk, the things that we say to ourselves, we would be like, "Whoa, you're super abusive, you're narcissistic, like all you gaslight yourself." Like all these things we talk about, we don't realize how much we do that for ourselves. So where people make the mistake in not having boundaries and why they become undesirable is because they're essentially not doing it for themselves. They're not giving the gift to themselves. They're expecting everybody else to give them that gift, and that's not where we lead from. We start with ourselves. Even in that Boundaries Bible, I have mantras and affirmations of how to change the language in which you speak to yourself. So why is that important? Because this ultimately is telling you, like, hey, it's a conversation with yourself. Hey, I matter. I can't beat myself up like this anymore because I'm a person of value. And as a person of value, you don't treat a person with value this way. So that means I can't treat myself that way. When you lead from that foundation, what you do is you bring this energy that you've embodied, these standards that you live by, so that when you go out into the world, when you're dating, when you are in a relationship, and instead of just coming across like this petulant, entitled child of, you need to respect my boundaries, you need to respect my standards, it feels weak, it feels fragile. Why? Because there's no foundation there to support it. People can feel when you're not in integrity with your words and your values, meaning you need to treat me this way. I don't treat myself this way behind closed doors, but damn it, I'm sure going to demand that out of you. It's not how it works. It's not how we want to lead, and it's not how we want to live our lives. Listen, you matter. You carry significant value. Excuse me. I wear these braces and they make me just spit everywhere. It's disgusting. The invisible braces. But here's the thing. You have to get with yourself and go, why? Why do I need to do this? And most of the time as human beings, we are motivated out of pain, right? It's like, I don't want to keep having people disrespect me. Okay, start there. And this is where it's going to lead to. We want people not to be impressed with us or enamored with us because of our looks for what we have, but we want them to respect and have an appreciation for our character. And the way that we do that is by being in integrity with ourselves and not demanding from the world that they give us something that we are not giving to ourselves. And so by having some values, by having some standards and boundaries with ourselves, it comes from a solid foundation so that when we show up with someone and you say, you don't get to talk to me that way. You don't get to show up on a date 30 minutes late. That's not, I don't show up for myself this way. I'm not going to show up for you that way. And it's honoring the promises that you make to yourself. If you tell yourself, I'm going to take you to the beach today, and then you don't go, you stay on social media all day, you stay on Instagram all day looking at pictures, and you never go to the beach, you're not honoring your own standards. So this leads to an issue of respect. People can feel when you're coming from a place that you already respect yourself. Oh, also, before I forget, make sure that you subscribe, because I looked at my YouTube stats and a lot of you guys are over here peeping, looking at my advice, and you're not even subscribed. So make sure that you subscribe. So when we lead from that, like, I respect myself, people inherently are going to respect us. And that's what we want, because respect is long lasting. Like, you can be a beautiful woman, you can be a gorgeous man, you can be the smartest, the wealthiest, whatever. But when you lead by that and people don't, and they don't respect your character, there's no longevity, there's no sustainability. So you want people to ultimately respect who you are, but respect is a matter of character. And character first starts with what you do behind closed doors with yourself. So when you don't have boundaries, people look at you and they go, I don't really want that. Why? We want something that we perceive as valuable. If I say, here's a beat up Toyota, you can have this, or you can have this brand new Bugatti. You're going to treat the two totally different. You may take your Taco Bell trash and throw it around in the beat up Toyota. You would never do that with Bugatti. You're gonna clean it. You're gonna make sure everything looks nice. It's the same thing. Are you showing up as a beat up Toyota that people can throw their Taco Bell trash in? Or are you showing up in life as a Bugatti that people want to arm roll, they want to clean the windows? Like, how are you showing up? But the trick is this, people get this kind of advice and they're like, yeah, I'm going to show up with different standards. I'm going to make the world treat me differently. And I'm like, no, boo. It starts with you first. Go home and deal with you. Then when you show up and you're like, you don't get to show up to a date 30 minutes late. You don't get to talk to me that way. Yeah, I'm not going to play these games with you. So if you're interested in me, then let me know. Don't stonewall me. Don't talk to me that way. When you show up that way, people are going to know that there's something behind your words. And what's behind your words is your integrity to yourself. So have some boundaries, become attractive, but become attractive because they respect you and they respect the character that is inside of you. The outside stuff comes and goes. People know that. But what's inside lasts forever. Tweet that. Guys, you are so loved. You matter. Now in the comment section, let me know. Are you a Bugatti or are you a beat up Toyota? I want to know. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to share another video with you. And make sure that you watch this next video coming up. Make sure that you watch this video, the 3 boundaries that you must set in every relationship, because whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, we need boundaries. Without boundaries, there is no relationship. And love without boundaries is not love. So make sure that you watch that video and subscribe. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.